Now, though, to one of the most contentious issues in the general election. The immigration debate has become deeply divisive as more workers arrive here from Eastern Europe.
Foreign nationals from countries like Poland now make up around 5% of this region's population. The East Midlands is also home to a similar number of people who were born abroad in places like India, but are now British citizens. Our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Ball has been to see how Newark in Nottinghamshire has been affected.
Newark's links with Eastern Europe go back to the Second World War. At the cemetery, the graves of hundreds of Poles who served on local RAF bases. But a new generation of Polish people are coming here to find jobs.
And now the East Midlands is becoming increasingly dependent on its migrant workers. They're growing and producing a lot of our food. They're caring for our sick and elderly in hospitals and nursing homes. And they're opening businesses too.
Do you want to set the rest of the table if you put glasses on?
Ramona moved here from Romania to study and ended up with a British husband and a British daughter and a career in senior management. Now she's opened this restaurant in Newark.
I create employment. Some of my staff is English. People who I know are working probably 70 hours a week. And they are paying taxes, and they are willing to take any job practically.
This doesn't look like a place that's been transformed by immigration, and East Europeans only make up around 2% of Newark and Sherwood's population. But that's still more than 2,000 people, and they're concentrated in neighbourhoods where they can afford to rent.
That's prompting real concern that new arrivals are putting pressure on housing and services like schools and medical centres, and that low-paid workers from Eastern Europe are driving wage rates down.
There's real anger too about East Europeans claiming child support and housing benefit, but expert studies say they're boosting our economy and that overall they're making a net contribution to our tax and benefit system. We found opinions here deeply divided.
Very worried, because I say I've got grandchildren that's coming up. What's going to happen to their work and stuff?
The Europeans that come over here do contribute a lot.
The more multicultural the society is, the richer the society.
I think just put a stop to it, send them back.
And it's saturating our resources. There again, I'm planning to go to Spain to live, and I'm going to be turning the tables on them.
People have been moving into and out of this country since well before they built Newark Castle, and the four largest parties' election manifestos all say Britain benefits from controlled immigration. But they're all promising tougher border controls and more restrictions on benefits. And there are some important differences. The Conservatives say they'll hold a referendum on whether to leave the European Union. Labour say they'll make it illegal to undercut British people's wages by exploiting migrant workers. The Lib Dems are pledging to ensure that immigrants learn English and integrate. And UKIP say they want to leave the European Union and introduce points-based work permits.
OK.
And for Ramona, it's simply about everyone who comes here making a contribution to the country that she now calls home. Jeremy Ball, BBC's Midlands Today, Newark.